as you can tell by the title of this video, we are embarking on yet another declutter series. This one is going to be different than any other one I have ever posted or filmed. And we are taking things so serious that my entire makeup collection is going to go from 3 Alex 9 drawers to 1. So we're starting off with primers today. I'm probably going to spread these videos out a little bit just so that they're not back to back to back, like only declutters. But it's been about 6 months since my last declutter series, and I am currently almost 18 weeks pregnant, and we have a lot to do as far as downsizing and rearranging our rooms and getting a nursery set up over the next few months. So I have to really take things seriously and get rid of a lot of makeup. So if you're ready for a cutthroat declutter series, then hopefully this is the series for you. As you can see, I have my primer drawer here. It is full to the brim with primers. I have additional primers, other places that I will be pulling and putting all together so you can see all of my primers in one place. And hopefully we can maybe get this cut down to like a third of what I have currently. At the most. I don't know. We'll see. So if you guys are new, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get started. So I believe this is every single primer that I own currently. This is what was in my primer drawer that you guys saw. There's a lot of primers in here. Some of them are old, some of them are new. I'm gonna have to really make decisions on what I'm gonna keep because this is way too many primers. In here I have additional primers that were either in my everyday makeup drawer, a different makeup organization system. Then I also had these two that I actually just decluttered because these were in my everyday makeup drawer that I most recently posted maybe like last week, and these were two that I decided to declutter, but I thought since I still had them I would go ahead and show you them here in case you didn't see that video. So I did decide to declutter the Pixi Rose Radiance Perfector as well as the Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer. I think both of these are good primers, but I just have others that I prefer so much more. So we're gonna start off our little declutter pile over here with those two products. So now, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so hard. I love primer, I love makeup. I've had a large makeup collection for a very long time, for years and years and years, and it's already the smallest that it's been in probably the last like 4 or 5 years. But we're gonna make it even smaller. I want my primer, foundation, concealer, and powder. I would love if all of those could fit into one drawer. I don't know how realistic that is, but with each declutter series I kind of come to terms with having less and less products. So let's go ahead and dive in. We're gonna start off with this primer here. This is from e.l.f. This is the Holy Hydration Face Cream. I think this is a fantastic primer. I've had this for a really long time. Oh, and would you look at that, it is expired. It expired in January of 2023, so this expired 5 months ago. Good to know. It does have SPF 30 in it. It's also very hydrating. I would compare it to the Juno & Co. Moonshine Miracle Cream, but you could find this at like Walmart, Target, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think this is a great product, but obviously that's going to be decluttered because it's expired, but also because I just haven't really been reaching for it a whole lot recently. So we're off to a good start. Okay. Now, I have some primers in here that are pretty old, so I think I'm going to go ahead and kind of pick those out. The first one being this Hard Candy primer. This is the Longwear Sheer Envy Longwear Primer. I really enjoy this primer. I think it's really nice. I'm probably going to like swatch a lot of primers. It's very hydrating. It does have a very smooth feel to it, but it doesn't have that silicone feeling to it. I got this when it was newly repackaged, so I don't know if that tells you how old this is, but definitely several years old at this point. So this is something that I will also be decluttering because of the age of it, not so much the product. I love that primer. I will say I haven't used it in a while, but I definitely would recommend that one if you are looking for a nice hydrating primer that will smooth out your skin texture without being super like greasy feeling. Next, we have this one from Milani. I love this primer so much. This is the Supercharged Dewy Primer. This, again, is years and years old. It's more of a moisturizer consistency. It looks like a moisturizer, just kind of like a nice cream. It is a little bit more on the dewy side for sure. Like, it doesn't feel oily or greasy, but it does have a bit of that, like, I don't know, kind of like slick feel. Like, it feels very heavy as far as moisture goes, but I do have oily skin and I actually really enjoy this under, say, like a mattifying foundation, or if you're going to use a ton of powder. I feel like this really kind of balances the finish of your skin while also giving you a nice long wear. So I do really enjoy this primer, and even like alone, it makes your skin just look really shiny and healthy and glowy. You can kind of see here. So this is a great primer. I would highly recommend it. I could see myself repurchasing this in the future, but it is really old, so for now, it's gonna go. Another primer that's really old and it breaks my heart is this Huda Beauty primer. This is the Water Jelly Hydrating Primer. This is fantastic. I love this primer. I've used up about half of it. The packaging is kind of, it's like what has been sitting on its side, but as you can see, I've used up about half of it. I've had this definitely since at least 2020, I would say. And it's a 12-month expiration on here. So I've had this since we lived at our apartment. I got it when we were at our apartment, which we moved in May of 2020, and we moved out December of 2021. So I've had, you know, it's been over a year since we moved out of that apartment, and I know that I had it for a while we were there. So yeah, this is gonna go. This is a great primer though, I will say. I'm just kind of like layering these on top. If you have oily skin, this is really nice because it is hydrating, but it's also very like gel-like and cooling. I will say it kind of smells like hair gel, which isn't unexpected, I would say, but it kind of looks like it too. But it is very hydrating and lightweight, which I think is really good if you have oily skin and you're looking for something that's still hydrating without being overly dewy or oily. So this is fantastic. I would highly recommend this product, but unfortunately I have to declutter it. The next primer that absolutely breaks my heart because I spent way too much money on this to have hardly used it is the YSL Blur Primer. This is one that, as you can see, has been hardly used. This one does give a very like oily kind of like slick feel in like not my ideal way, kind of like silicone. It feels like silicone, which I am not a fan of silicone primers. Honestly, it does do a good job blurring. Like, I feel like I can like see the texture on my hand right here blurred actually. But I'm not really one for blurring primers. I am more for like a glowy hydrating primer, which is ironic, I know, because I do have oily skin, but I just like the finish of my makeup when I wear those kinds of primers, and I can kind of make them more long lasting with the powders and other foundation type products that I use. So this, I think, I don't even want to know how much this was, so we're just gonna not speculate on the price and we're just gonna declutter it because, again, it's old. I don't use it. I don't need it. I only want to keep things that I absolutely love and know that I will use and finish before they expire, and just, you know, that's my mindset as of right now. So those were kind of like the easy ones. I'll call them easy because going into this, I was kind of already thinking like, all right, definitely got to get the old ones out of here. Some of these are still on the older side, so we'll still kind of get there, but I kind of want to switch now and do some that I know that I'm going to keep. So I'm actually going to move all of these over to the side, so this side is completely empty. So I'm going to start putting ones that I'm going to keep over here. So as far as ones that I know I'm going to keep, we have Pixi by Petra. This is the Flawless Beauty Primer. I love this stuff. This is super glowy. Definitely not going to be for everyone, but I absolutely love this primer. As you can see, the glow. Definitely very nice for summer, and I just think it blends into my skin so well. It looks great under foundation. I love a good medium coverage foundation on top of this. The Hydromaniac foundation from Urban Decay is fantastic with this product. It's not too much. It does look a little bit intimidating at first. You can see my fingers look very shiny with almost like a shimmery pigment, but it really blends into the skin beautifully, and I love this primer so much. So that's absolutely staying. Another one that's absolutely staying is the Maybelline Perfector. This is the 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. I already used up one of these completely. I bought it back up. This is actually, I think, a lighter shade. I think I had 01 before. Now I have 00, but I know it's gonna work because, again, I only use it under foundation products. I don't use these on their own typically, just because it is a lot of shimmer and glow. So those two are for sure staying. I actually am also gonna keep the Vive Skin Dew. I love this stuff. This one has a little bit of a thicker, I don't want to say sticky, but kind of like a stickier consistency than some of these other glowy products. But this is a multitasker, so you can use this in a lot of different ways. You can use it as a liquid highlighter, as a primer. You can mix it in with your foundation. However you want, you can use it under a powder highlighter. I like mixing it with my foundation, but also wearing it under foundation as like kind of like a primer, if you will, because I find the glow just really shows through. Same with this Hollywood Flawless filter from Charlotte Tilbury. This is just a little mini one that I bought because I was not gonna spend the money and buy the full size without trying it. I have this in the shade Too Fair, and I love this stuff so much. So that is definitely staying. Okay, oh my gosh, I like don't even know what to do now. There are a few that I know that I love. This Wet n Wild Impossible Primer is incredible. This is a silicone-free primer. It says the one silicone-free primer that does it all. This is kind of weird. The packaging sucks, I'm not gonna lie. Like, oh, did you just see that? It literally, the product is like kind of dry and chunky in a way, but that's how it's always been. So let me show you this. Here is the primer that flew out. As you can see, with warmth, it starts to kind of melt. This is a lot, so it's gonna look a little bit thick on my hand. But this does such a good job of blurring my skin, hydrating my skin, filling in pores. This is absolutely fantastic. It has a cooling feel, and it almost feels kind of like water as you're blending it in, but then it completely just like soaks into your skin. Again, the packaging is awful. I think it should be in something like this that you can scoop out, because every time I use this, it like sputters out and like flies somewhere. And when you shake it, you can hear the dry like pieces in here, but it sounds dry and it looks dry, but again, once you add heat to it, it really just melts into your skin. This is amazing, and it's so affordable. I think I got mine at Target or Walmart. I love this stuff. This is definitely something I am gonna keep. Mine's almost gone. Like, I probably only have a couple uses of that left, and it is so freaking good. The other one that I know that I really enjoy is this one, which actually surprised me. This is the Butter Believe It from Physicians Formula. This is something that I tried after trying the Butter Believe It foundation. Was not a fan of the foundation. It was very strongly scented and just not something that I really found myself reaching for a lot. I don't know, I just wasn't a fan of it. So I expected to not love this. I also have not been a huge fan of the putty primers in general. I was originally, and then I just kind of like stopped using them and I got into my glowy primer era. But this is actually incredible. It's so hydrating. I don't know what it is about this, but I absolutely love it. I was completely surprised by this again, like thinking I was not going to enjoy this product and thinking I was going to dislike it actually, but no, I love it, and that one is going to stay. So next I have this one from Catrice. This is the Prime and Fine Anti-Redness Primer. I do have a lot of redness, for one. I could probably benefit from using something like this. However, this is not something that I reach for, and I've had this in here for I don't know how many months at this point, and it still has the foil seal on it. So for that reason, I am going to take this and declutter it, pass that along to somebody else who will hopefully get better use out of it, because I obviously don't need it if I've had it this long and I have not used it. I'm sure it's great, but we're gonna pass it along. Honestly, I think we're doing really good. I'm really happy with how things are going. When I look at this section here, I feel like pure happiness. I love this, okay? So now let's keep it going. Okay, so I have a few grippy primers, which I don't really wear a lot of grippy primers. So this is gonna be interesting. So I have the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. This is something that was very viral for a very long time. I loved this primer for a very long time. This is a new one. I actually kind of recently got rid of my old one, probably in my last declutter, and it was way long overdue for getting rid of. So this one is brand new. I don't even think I've pumped it yet. Yeah, no, this is literally brand new. Milk actually sent me this in PR, which was so freaking cool. Then I also have this one here from NYX, the Plump Right Back Primer. So these two are grippy. And then reaching over to this little basket here, I have these three primers, which we will go through, as well as these. But these three are currently in my everyday makeup drawer. So I do have a grippy primer in here as well, the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And this is the 4% niacinamide one. It also comes in like a bluish color that's kind of, I think, was originally supposed to be a dupe for the Milk. But then they recently came out with one with niacinamide in it, and I decided to pick it up. So I did declutter. I had the other one, the original Power Grip. I did end up decluttering it just because I didn't think I needed it, because I had this one. And I actually used this for the first time the other day. It was during my PR haul, and I got so many compliments on my makeup in that video, and that was, you know, I tried a lot of different things. It could have been a lot of different things, but I will say that was the first time that I tried this, and I do want to continue trying this. So I'm gonna have a separate category for things that I'm still kind of like currently trying, which will be in this little section here. I as of right now, like, I would keep this one because I truly you know, enjoyed it when I used it that first time, and then also having the reassurance of everyone telling me how good my makeup looked. But it is one of those grippy primers, so if you enjoy those, definitely check this out. I want to swatch this one because I kind of forgot what it feels like, but at the same time, this being brand new, I would so much rather not open another primer. And I wasn't really expecting, I really wasn't expecting to get rid of this one, but I think I'm going to. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that one because I don't need it. I really don't. I have this e.l.f. one that is perfectly good for a grippy primer, and I don't need the Milk one, even though it hurts and I want to keep it. I also have the NYX grippy primer, which again, I think I got this probably, let's see, I think it was at the beginning of 2022 actually. And this one is, I would say, more along the lines of a grippy primer. It's not quite as tacky as the Power Grip, but this is advertised as a plumping serum and primer. It does have that like tackiness to it, which is kind of why I associate it with gripping primers. It also has a similar like texture and consistency. So I have this one, and then non-grippy but also NYX, I have the Marshmallow Primer, which this one is also a very interesting texture. This one has more of like a whipped feel to it, and this one is described as, well, it just says it has marshmallow root, but let's see, it actually doesn't even have like what kind of vibe you're supposed to get from it, but it is very hydrating feeling. Definitely a little bit on the heavier side. I feel like if you have dry skin, you might really like this. So I think what I'm gonna do here is declutter the Plump Right Back Primer, just because I don't need it. Couldn't tell you the last time I used it. It's still very, very full. You can see the mechanism at the bottom here. So we're gonna declutter that one. And then as for the Marshmallow one, this is gonna go in our maybe pile right here. So We have keep, maybe. This is my discussion section, and then this is like I'm still trying these ones out. I do have this one from Wet n Wild, the 5-in-1 Essence Primer Liquid. I have not tried this yet. I bought this from Ulta. It really intrigues me, and the fact that I love the Impossible Primer so much, I do want to at least try this once. So that is going to go up here with the e.l.f. for now. And then I have these other two here that are also in my everyday makeup drawer. Rare Beauty, I've only tried this, I think one or two times so far. As of right now, I would say I'm keeping it, but for the sake of keeping things organized, we're gonna put it up here in my continued trying category. And then I have this Morphe Luminous primer, which we did keep a lot of glowy primers already. I used to love Morphe primers. They were in like a different packaging. They were in like a black packaging and a little bit smaller. I had the Revitalizer and the Equalizer, and then this is the Luminous. So this one is really pretty actually. It has a really nice glow to it. It feels really nice and hydrating, a little bit on like the heavier, like dewy kind of feeling side. But I kind of feel like I already kept a lot of Luminous primers. Like I already have 4 Luminous primers over here. So I don't think that I really need this one actually. Which is interesting. So I don't really know what to do here. I haven't used it on my face in a while. It is in my everyday makeup drawer. Typically I kind of keep those products separate. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and declutter it actually. Just go ahead and, you know, get it over with, get it done. So that one can go. And then I think I have one other Luminous primer, which is this one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Wonder Glow. So this is different from the Hollywood Flawless filter. This one is really pretty. I love this product, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna keep this. It's very thin, which I like. It has a beautiful glow to it. I have like 17 primers on my hand right now, so but I feel like you can really see the almost shimmery glow that it gives. It's so beautiful. I love this primer, the Wonder Glow. It's fantastic. So that I am going to keep. Next, we have Danessa Myricks. This is something that has given me grief. This is something that I decluttered. I said, never mind, I need to try it again. I just couldn't like accept the fact that I was giving up on this product. This is the something balm, Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. This, man, I wish so bad that this worked for me. I love the concept of it. Just like look at the texture of it though. Like, it doesn't blend into the skin well, and like no matter what I do, I have like finger mark streaks in it. This is not good. I don't know what to say. Even swatching this on my hand, this is not good. I don't know if it's just the wrong color. I have it in the shade 2. But this is not good. Not for me. So you know what? We're just gonna hopefully wipe this off, and then we're gonna declutter this once and for all. It's gone. It's donezo. I feel like a lot of you are probably going to be relieved that it's finally officially out of my collection. We have a Milk makeup product here. This is the Grip Eye Primer. I still don't know how to use this. I need to look on their website. I don't know if this is supposed to be an eyelid, like a eyeshadow primer or an under eye primer, but I just don't use this. I literally don't think I've ever actually used that on my face. I've definitely swatched it before. We're just gonna get rid of it because I don't need it. I do not use it. Next, we have a few from Jaclyn Cosmetics. I have the primer oil. This is the Skin Perfecting Oil Primer. And then I have the Hydrating Under Eye Primer. So with these two, these are very different. The under eye primer is really nice. I do like the metal applicator that, oh. Well, ew. Okay, so that one was a little bit separated. I don't know if you can see how that spilled on there. That's kind of gross looking. Hopefully it looks grosser than it actually is, but you know what? That one's probably a little bit old, or it's just been sitting here for too long. I'm gonna have to like wipe down all of these primers and clean out this container, but yeah, we're gonna declutter that one. I was actually gonna keep that, but that's fine. I obviously didn't realize how long that was sitting here. It could be one of those things where you just need to like massage it to like, you know, reconstitute it or whatever, shake it up. Ooh, it sounds very liquidy. But it's been sitting in here for a while. 12 months. I probably had this longer than 12 months. We're gonna declutter it. That was very awkward. Okay, all right. Well, moving on. Next we have the primer oil. This is something that I don't use every day by any means, but I do love a good facial oil. I used to avoid oils like nobody's business, but I do love applying facial oils now, especially on days where I'm not wearing makeup. But even sometimes on days where I am, I put it on like well in advance, let it really soak into my skin, and then I feel like it just looks so pretty and beautiful. So this one I'm gonna put in the maybe pile. I'm not ready to declutter that at this very moment, so we'll come back to it. But yeah, for now, that's gonna go in the maybe pile. Next we have Laura Mercier Hydrating. This is the Pure Canvas primer. I love this primer. It's very, very good. Very hydrating, kind of like a gel-like moisturizer. Very lightweight. I'm trying to think, do I have anything similar to this? Not really. Is the only thing. Maybe the Rare Beauty is kind of, no, this is like, the Rare Beauty one I have is the Pore Diffusing Primer. That's my only pore diffusing primer. So it does have like a blur feel to it, while also not feeling very like silicone-y or anything like that. It actually kind of feels similar in a way to the Wet n Wild one. But this hydrating one is so nice. I don't know what to do with that one. So we're gonna put that in the maybe pile because I'm just not sure. And then we have the All Nighter primer from Urban Decay. I actually think this is a fantastic primer and it's very hydrating, honestly. So this is the Longwear Foundation Grip. So I guess, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a grippy primer, even though that's kind of how it's like advertised. I think I like the feel of this one better than the Hydrating Pure Canvas from Laura Mercier, which is crazy. I never thought I would get rid of this primer, but I think I would rather have the Urban Decay than this one. If I had to pick one, I would pick this one. So I'm actually gonna declutter this. Oh, I don't wanna do it. I don't know why I don't wanna do it, but I'm gonna do it. And then my last two primers that we haven't talked about yet are both from Ofra. We have the Cool as a Cucumber primer and the Northern Lights primer. So this is what these two look like. So let's go ahead and test out the Cool as a Cucumber primer. So this one has like a light blue color to it. When you first pump it out, you can kind of see on the bottom here. This one is really nice and hydrating actually, and it does have a cucumber fragrance, which I'm actually not a fan of cucumbers or cucumber fragrance. This doesn't bother me as much as like some things would, as far as like cucumber scented things. It actually feels so good. So I don't know, that one's gonna be a maybe for now. And then we have the Northern Lights, which is a little bit of a glowy primer actually. It has a little bit of a sparkle to it, kind of similar to some of my other glowy primers. And again, I have already kept a lot of glowy primers. So I think I should only keep one of these. I do want to keep an Ofra primer for sure. I think I'm going to keep Cool as a Cucumber, even though I'm not a huge fan of the scent of it. The way that it feels is incredible. So, this I keep separate in my like Ofra collection, but we're going to be going through all my Ofra makeup with the rest of my makeup collection because I have a lot of it. And again, the goal is downsizing, so I'm going to keep this one, but this goes with my Ofra makeup, and then this one I am going to declutter actually. Back to our maybes. We have the Marshmallow and the Primer Oil. These three are also technically like considered maybes because those are still in like their trial era. So I'm gonna put the trial era ones in this little container here because they're not going to be in this drawer for now. So I think since these two were in my everyday makeup drawer already, I'm just gonna add this Wet n Wild one to my everyday makeup drawer since I decluttered the Morphe one that was already in there. Okay, so this is what I'm keeping so far. This is also I'm keeping, but from my Ofra collection, and then these are the two maybes. So this marshmallow one, I feel like I want to keep it mainly because of the pink packaging, which is not a reason to keep something, especially not now. It does feel really, really nice, but I don't think I need it. So this one, we're gonna say goodbye to. Oh my gosh, I'm so sad. It feels good. Like, it feels like the right thing to do, even though it feels a little bit sad. I guess this is what you would call bittersweet. And I know I'm being dramatic, like it's just makeup products, but I do love makeup a lot, so this is huge for me. And then we have the primer oil, which I think I'm gonna keep this for now, actually, because I just don't have anything like this, and I do, like, this isn't like an everyday use thing for me, but it still does have, like, serve a purpose in my makeup routine. So I am gonna keep this one as well. So I'm gonna count. So technically this is a keep, so we're gonna put this over here. Let's see how many we are decluttering. Okay, so I'm decluttering 17 primers. All of these stacked up, piled up right here are officially decluttered. As far as how many I'm keeping, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So keeping 10, decluttering 17. And then I have these 3 that are in my current everyday makeup drawer that are still kind of in their trial run. So technically keeping 13, decluttering 17, still getting rid of over half. Maybe not quite as much as I was hoping, as far as like, just like, you know, throwing numbers out there, because I was wanting to keep only a third. I would say I'm pretty close to that. If I got rid of 3 more primers, then it would be considered me keeping 1/3, decluttering 2/3. So we're pretty close to that mark, and I am really happy with how this turned out. So this originally was full of primer, as you guys saw at the beginning, but now let's take all of these out of here. Now if I were to completely like spread all of these things out, like I don't even fill up half of this container. So I mean, I'm really happy with this. I'm happy with these numbers. If I can continue to narrow this down, fantastic. But I could absolutely fit all of my primers in one of these larger sections here. Maybe we could do like powders over here and then foundations here with concealers in one of these or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. But I am happy with all of these. When I see all of these, I feel super, super happy. I feel like these are all good. I can't go wrong. I could pick blindly and I would definitely be happy. So I am so excited with the results of this video. And again, I'm gonna continue to downsize, and you will continue to see declutters on my channel probably every 6 months or so like I typically do, but we're just gonna keep things a lot more streamlined. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I, you know, hit your expectations. I definitely am happy with myself and what I've accomplished here. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. I love you so, so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.